Do you ever struggle to describe your day in English? You know what you want to say, but it comes out broken in tiny sentences? Today, I'll show you how to turn that into smooth, natural English. I'm Laura, and this is Talk Easy, English Podcasts, your place to practice step by step, slowly and stress-free. Let's get started. Why should we practice talking about our day? The answer is simple, because your day is real. It's not imaginary. It's not a history lesson or a science lecture. It's your life, something you live through every single day. That makes it easier. You don't have to search for complicated words or pretend to know something you don't. You already know what you do each morning, each afternoon, and each evening. All you need is to put it into English. You can say when you wake up, what you usually eat for breakfast. You can share if you work outside the home or stay in. You can describe how you feel, whether tired, busy, peaceful, or full of energy. And here's the magic. When you describe your own life, you're not just learning textbook English. You're practicing useful English. The kind of English you can actually use in real conversations with real people. And don't forget, you don't need to sound perfect. Perfection isn't the goal here. What matters is that you try, that you speak, that you use your English. Every time you describe your day, you start thinking in English instead of translating word by word. You form full sentences. You sound more natural. And most importantly, you begin to feel more confident. Let's imagine a situation. You meet someone new and they ask, "So, what did you do today?" If you've practiced this before, you'll be ready. You can say, "I woke up at 7. I went to work. I had coffee and answered my emails. In the evening, I cooked dinner and watched TV." See? That's already a full little conversation. That's communication. And that's your goal. Even if you're sitting alone in your room, even if you're not in class, even if you're shy, you can still practice, simply by talking about your own day. So, whenever you're stuck and don't know what to say, start with the basics. What did I do today? What time did I wake up? What did I eat? Where did I go? How did I spend my evening? These simple questions will help you recall vocabulary, form habits, and train your brain to think in complete English sentences without stress. You can do this practice in the morning to review yesterday. You can do it in the evening to reflect on today. You can even record yourself, then listen back to notice progress. The most important thing? Keep it simple. Use the English you already know. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are teachers. Just open your mouth and speak. And little by little, it gets easier. 1 sentence today. 2 sentences tomorrow. And maybe next week, you'll be able to share a whole story. So today, let's walk through it together, step by step, word by word, 1 true sentence at a time. Let's begin with the start of the day, the morning. The morning is powerful. It sets the tone. It gives you energy. And it's the perfect time to think and speak in English, even if just for a few minutes. All right, let's practice. Repeat after me, like shadowing my voice. Nice and slow. Ready? Let's go. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Now you try. Sometimes, I wake up earlier, around 6:30, when I have a busy day ahead. Now your turn. If I stay up too late, I feel tired the next morning. I like to lie in bed for a few minutes, thinking quietly about my day. I take a deep breath, stretch my arms and legs, and then sit up slowly. Next, I head to the bathroom to brush my teeth. I brush carefully for about 2 minutes. After that, I wash my face with cold water. It helps me wake up. Sometimes I take a quick shower, especially when I feel sleepy. And while I shower, I often play soft music or listen to an English audio track. After my shower, I dry off and get dressed. I try to choose something clean and comfortable. Some days it's just jeans and a t-shirt. If I have an important meeting or a class, I put on something a little more formal. Then I move to the kitchen and prepare breakfast. Usually, it's something simple: toast, eggs, maybe some fruit. Sometimes cereal with milk and a banana. And if I have more time, I'll make oatmeal or an omelet. I like to eat slowly, really enjoying my food. Most mornings, I drink coffee. But some days, I choose green tea. It feels light and refreshing. While I eat, I might watch a short video or check the news. On other days, I just sit quietly and listen to the birds outside my window. Before leaving the house, I always check my phone. I look at the time, read any new messages, and review my calendar to see if I have meetings or appointments. Then I pack my bag: phone, notebook, keys, water bottle, and slip on my shoes before heading out the door. Okay, let's put it all together into a little morning routine story. You can listen first, and then shadow each line after me. Feel free to pause, repeat, and really take your time. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the mornings, I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Sometimes earlier, if there's a lot waiting for me that day. I don't jump out of bed right away. I like to lie there for a few minutes, stretching slowly, yawning, and thinking about what's ahead. Then I sit up, swing my legs out of bed, and make my way to the bathroom. I brush my teeth for a full 2 minutes, taking my time. After that, I splash my face with cold water. It always wakes me up instantly. And if I'm still feeling heavy-eyed, I'll take a warm shower. While the water runs, I often play some gentle music. It helps me feel calm, steady, and ready to focus. When I'm done, I dry off, slip into fresh clothes, and check myself quickly in the mirror. Just a little ritual before I start the day. Next, I head to the kitchen. Breakfast is simple, usually 2 slices of toast with butter and jam, and sometimes a boiled egg on the side. And of course, a big cup of coffee. That coffee is my little morning treasure. While I eat, I often sit near the window. I love those quiet moments. Sometimes I hear the birds outside, and it feels so peaceful. Before stepping out the door, I always check my phone. I look at the time, scroll through my to-do list, and glance at my calendar to see what's coming. Then I pack my bag carefully, my phone, wallet, notebook, maybe even a snack if I know it'll be a long day. Finally, I put on my jacket and shoes, open the door, and step out into the world. All right, let's practice a few short sentences together. Repeat after me. Every morning feels a little different. But I try to follow a good routine. When I start my day with English, I feel focused. I'm proud of my progress, and I keep going. Now let's move into the afternoon, the middle of the day. For most of us, this is a busy time. Some people are at work, others are at school, and some are at home, taking care of family or the house. No matter what you do, the afternoon is a perfect time to squeeze in some English. Even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes, you can still listen, still repeat, still practice. Let's try a few useful afternoon sentences. Shadow them with me. After lunch, I go back to work. Sometimes I feel sleepy after eating. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. I usually have 1 or 2 meetings in the afternoon. If I'm working from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. I like to keep my desk neat and tidy. It helps my mind stay clear. Around 3 o'clock, I usually take a short break. Maybe I make a cup of tea, drink some water, or eat a small snack like fruit or a biscuit. If I can, I go outside for 10 minutes, just to breathe fresh air. Even that little bit of sun or a short walk makes me feel better. When I have free time in the afternoon, I use it to study English. Sometimes I listen to a podcast while walking. Other times, I read an article or watch a slow English video. I pause, repeat the phrases out loud, and shadow the speaker. It really helps me sound more natural. Before I finish my workday, I like to write down what I've done. It keeps me organized and ready for tomorrow. I also write down one new word I learned that day. Sometimes I even write a short sentence in English about how I feel. For example, I finished everything today and I feel proud. Or, I didn't study much today, but I'll try again tomorrow. Little reflections like this keep me motivated. Let me share a quick story about a typical afternoon. Listen first, then shadow me. After lunch, I return to my desk and check my emails. I make a to-do list for the afternoon. I often have a short video call with my team to review the morning and plan the next steps. The meeting usually lasts about 30 minutes. Afterward, I take a short break, make a cup of tea, and stand by the window while I sip it slowly. Sometimes I step outside to breathe fresh air. If I have extra time, I listen to an English podcast, read a short article, or watch a slow video and shadow the speaker. Before I close my laptop, I write down what I finished today and one sentence about how I feel. It helps me end the day with clarity. Now, it's your turn. Pause this podcast for a moment and try to describe your own afternoon. What do you usually do after lunch? Do you head to work, attend classes, or maybe stay at home? You don't need long paragraphs, just 3 or 4 sentences are enough. The goal is to speak, not to be perfect. Here are some sentence starters to help you. In the afternoon, I usually. After lunch, I like to. Sometimes I feel. I usually take a break at. Before the afternoon ends, I. Good job. Now let's move into the evening, the last part of the day. Evenings are special. They're a time to relax, to reflect, and to close the day gently. Repeat after me. I come home around 6 in the evening. I take off my shoes and rest for a few minutes. Sometimes I watch the news or listen to music to relax. I cook dinner, or if I'm tired, I order food. I eat dinner with my family, and we share stories from the day. After dinner, I usually clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. Sometimes I like to go for a short evening walk. Before bed, I read a book or listen to calming music. Then I take a shower, brush my teeth, and finally, I go to sleep around 10:30 or 11. And just like that, you've listened to my full daily routine. Now it's your turn. I want you to talk about your day. Let's make it simple. First, think back. What time do you usually wake up? What do you have for breakfast? Do you head to work, go to school, or maybe take care of your home? What usually happens in your afternoon? And how do you spend your evening before going to bed? You can describe today exactly as it happened, or you can share what a normal, typical day looks like for you. You've done amazing work today. You listened through an entire daily routine. You learned and practiced new words. You repeated full sentences with me. And the best part, you actually spoke in English. That's not just studying anymore. That's using the language. That's living in English, one sentence at a time. Every time you do this, you're building confidence. Keep practicing your daily routine until the words feel natural, until they come out easily. And don't forget, you can come back to this episode whenever you need. Listen again, shadow again, and each time, try adding just a little more to your story. I'm truly proud of the effort you put in today. Keep listening, keep speaking, and most of all, keep believing in yourself. That's all for now. I'll be here waiting for you in the next episode. Bye, my friend.